Hi YouTube and preloaders. Today is Sunday and I am heading to the practice session with my husband. Do you see what I have on? It's a scarf. A cute one, I might add. But it's 34 degrees outside. Why are we practicing? Because in the world of Robert Simmons, paying it forward, always be practicing. I hope to see you there. Bye.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. For all my preloaders, what's going on? How you doing? Always good to have my preloaders here with me. For all of you that don't know what preloaders are, they're not just subscribers. Yes, they are subscribers, but they also are dedicated to being proficient in slow speed motorcycle operation. Okay, and that's very important. It's not just about being proficient in riding the motorcycle under 15 miles per hour. Yes, that's important, but it's making them a safer rider too, because they have a strong belief in practice. For all of you that have never been to this channel, just a quick synopsis about me and the channel. My name is Robert. I'm a retired NYPD Highway Patrol motorcycle lieutenant. I did a wonderful 22-year career with the NYPD. 15 of those years were spent in the motorcycle unit. And the purpose of this channel is twofold. The first purpose is to share my knowledge, experience, and training with you guys that I attained from the NYPD Highway Patrol. The second part is to make you be the boss of your motorcycle. And simply put, that means being 100% confident in operating this motorcycle 15 miles per hour or less, because that's what I focus on mostly, slow speed motorcycle operation. Why? Because that aspect of motorcycle operation requires 100% of your skill. 100%. Any faster, the motorcycle doesn't need you. It'll stand up by itself, or it needs very little input from you. Okay? But when you can take full control of this motorcycle with confidence to make right turns, left turns, and U-turns with zero intimidation, that's when you're the boss of this motorcycle, and that's the goal here. So that's the purpose of the channel. The name of the channel, by the way, is called Robert Simmons Paying It Forward, and this is me paying this stuff forward to you. On top of that, I also hold practice sessions in the parking lot here in Pooler, Georgia. Okay, those practice sessions are free of charge for my subscribers only. Okay, for my subscribers only. And the reason it's free also is because it's not a class, it's practice. Okay, you come out here, you practice. All right, that's why it's free. I don't mind giving the time and the effort. To me, it's worth it. People volunteer for a lot of things in life. This just happens to be one that I'm volunteering for. And I know for a fact that the more people that are involved in this, it might save property damage, it might save injury, it might save lives. But on the brighter side, also, it's going to make riding more fun for you, to be a well-rounded rider, to not have that feeling every time you start slowing down. Okay? That's why this is important to me. Okay, so again, I mentioned I'm in Pooler, Georgia. It's 43 degrees now. It was in the 30s when I left my house. I only live 10 minutes from here, so the temperature rises pretty quickly here. We're going up to about 59 degrees, 57, 59, so that's perfect. For those of you that have supported the channel by contributing, I highly appreciate it. Okay, it's very much appreciated. Every little bit counts. For those of you that would like to support the channel, you can send donations via Zelle to this email address on the upper right hand corner of your screen. I've also made available an address for you guys to send things to me. All right, that address is right here. All right, anything you might want me to have, to see, whatever. Okay, that's what that address is for. As I always say, you guys could be doing anything with your time, and the fact that you choose to spend a little bit of it with me, I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you guys' comments and the emails. All right, it's all appreciated. This is one big family, and we're just continuing to grow. Okay, all right, if you like this channel, please subscribe, like, and share. And if you want to be notified of future videos, hit that notification bell. Okay, today we're out here for advanced slow speed riding skills practice session number 7. Okay, and as I always say, I don't know who's coming out here. It could be 20 people, it could be 10, 5, or it can just be me. But one thing I will tell you is there will be some practice in here today. I'm happy to announce 2 things. One, Yes, the t-shirts are in the works. They're going to be coming out. I've had a couple of, well, more than a couple. I've had a few requests for t-shirts, and I do want you all to know that they are coming. Still working on designs and things like that. You need to have 10,000 subscribers at least to be able to have my t-shirts on my YouTube page. Okay? I'm not there, and if I get there, I'll make that happen. But even before that, I don't want to make you guys wait in hopes that that happens. So I'm working out how to get that to you. Okay? And next, I want to announce that I bought some new cones. I'm so happy about this, guys. Now, of course, you guys can't see the American flag that's in front of me. A lot of people have commented that they like that flag's in the background. But the sun is coming this way, so obviously I can't record that way. But of course, right now, that I spent almost $1,000 on cones because the other cones were too light, the winds were blowing them, that flag is down like this. 0 wind today. But I don't care, because the bottom line is I need to be able to put my cones out, and wherever I put them, that's where they stay. So money well spent. All right, guys. So when riders get here, if they do, as usual, we'll talk to them, find out who they are, where they're from, what they're riding, how long they've been riding, and how they rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, and slow speed motorcycle operation. And as I always say to you guys, this is not a competition. We ride out there, we leave our egos right here. Okay? All right, and if you're going to make mistakes, this is the place to make them, not out there on the street. Okay? All right, nobody's making fun of you, at least not here. Robert Simmons paying it forward. This channel is all about positivity, building people up, helping people out. All right, and that's what we're doing out here. All right, guys. See you later. Oh, look at this. I can see my breath a little bit. Ridiculous. All right, guys, it's about 5 minutes after 12, so we're about to get started out here. We got some riders that showed up. It's 48 degrees right now, but I got to tell you guys, it does not feel like 48 degrees. It feels so nice out here. And as a matter of fact, the guys that showed up, you know, a lot of people were, a few people were a little hesitant to come today because it was in the 30s when they got up, as it was with me. But for some reason, it warms up very quickly here. And this is why I start at 12 o'clock out here. I want to give it time to warm up so that we're comfortable out here. Once the temperatures start getting really warm, like in the summertime, I won't be starting at 12. I'll be starting at about 8 or 9 in the morning. So we could be done by 12 or 1, because then it gets really hot out here. All right, so we're going to talk to the riders. They can introduce themselves. We'll ask them what they're riding. You know, the things that we always do here. Okay, let's do it. So here's the bikes that we have here today. And we're going to talk to the guys about them. So we got 3 Harleys today, and we got another Boulevard. And we're going to talk to them about this Boulevard, because the back tire on that Boulevard, it makes it a little bit harder to turn, but it's still doable. You can still turn it. All right, introduce yourself to the people. Your name?
I'm Richard from Florida.
How long you been riding, Rich?
Off and on, rode for a couple of years in the 90s and then stopped for like 15, 20 years.
All right, so right now, what are you riding right here?
M109R Boulevard.
Ah, yes. How long you been riding this?
A couple of months, actually. I think when the pandemic stuff started, I bought it.
Okay. How you like it?
I love it.
Now I got to tell you guys something. You see, your name again?
Richard.
Richard. Okay, I'm not going to forget that again. Okay, you see Richard's jacket, right? See Richard's motorcycle?
No.
See Richard's pickup truck? Everything's blue. He is well coordinated. Well coordinated.
That wasn't the plan.
It wasn't the plan, but it worked out. It worked out. It worked out. Okay, let's look at. I just want to take a walk around on your motorcycle. As they say here in the South, right quick. Every time I say that, my wife gets annoyed with me. So I know she's going to watch this video and get annoyed. She's going to be all right, though. What'd you say?
What y'all say in New York?
Quickly.
Oh. Do you eat grits?
Yeah, what's a grit? Yes, I eat grits. My mother's from Alabama.
Oh,
So,
okay. All right.
okay, Rich, you're not going to get away. You know the question coming. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, how would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operation?
Probably a 3.5.
3.5. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. Glad to have you here today. We're going to have some fun. And guys, remember what I always tell you. Now, he's got a fat tire on the back of his motorcycle, but he can still do this course. All right. Nothing changes. Throttle, clutch, rear brake, head and eyes. He won't be able to turn the radius of his turns won't be the same as, let's say, a Harley Davidson, but he can still make this U-turn right here. 24 feet he can make, clearly he can make. We've had a Boulevard out here before that's done it, so we know he could do it. Okay? All right, no pressure. How you doing, man? What's your name?
What's up, brother? My name is Demetrius, man. How you doing?
All right. Demetrius, where are you from?
Virginia, Newport News.
Newport News. You guys hear that? How long is that drive?
7 hours.
7 hours. Wow. All right. I got Rick. Rick from Virginia. Rick took 9 hours to get here. Well, he was driving a motor coach. All right. He gets the benefit of the doubt. All right. a motor coach pulling a trailer. All right. What are you riding?
2020 Street Glass Special.
All right. Let's go take a look at that, man. Now, let me tell you something, guys. When he pulled this thing out the trailer, I was like, woo! Look at this thing. I mean, it looks good, man. 2020 Street Glide Special. Have you done anything to it besides the handlebars?
Handlebar, seat, daggone, stage 1. Whole bunch of stuff, man.
Okay.
Windshield, mirrors, whole bunch of Willie G stuff on it.
Are you in the Willie G too, just like Wood Jr., huh? All right. You changed the headlight? Or it came with that? No, you changed that.
That's the Eagle light.
Okay.
Yeah, all that.
Custom dynamic turn signals. I got the same one, so I recognize them. Very nice, man. Actually, let me go to the wide lens on this. Very nice. Now, you guys know I want to raise my handlebars. How many inches are these handlebars?
12.
12.
Yeah, I didn't want to go higher because I didn't want to over the, you know what I mean?
Over the fairing. And that's my thing. I don't want to go over the fairing, but I also don't want to change the location of my mirrors. I have to look at the options in that. But that's 12 inches, maybe even 10 for me will be way better. All right, this is not about me. All right. All right. What kind of seat is this?
That's a Lapera, daddy long legs.
So it pushes you back, right?
Yeah, 2 inches. Yeah.
2 inches. Mine pushed me back too. This is not about me. Okay. It looks comfortable. Oh, wow. Look how deep that is.
I like it. Yeah, it's almost got a little back.
Yeah. It's almost a little backrest to it. Very nice. Very nice. How long you had this motorcycle?
About 3-4 months.
This is not your first motorcycle, right?
First Harley.
Okay. Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best. How would you rate your slow speed motorcycle operation?
Big old 1, man.
Okay. 1's fine. Because remember, guys, the goal today is to leave here a little bit better than how you got here. This is not going to happen overnight. I was talking to Al about this earlier. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes practice. It takes time. Now, is it impossible? No. Like anything in life, there's some people that, for whatever reason, they'll just grasp something right away. We all learn differently. Just like the guy in school that would read something once and he's got it. And I had to read it 3 times. It's the same thing here. And I'll always tell you guys that when I went through motorcycle school, it took me 4 days of 6 hours a day straight in order for me to get it. And they were going to kick me out of motorcycle school. And they told me that. They said you weren't getting it. They said I was dangerous. And for some reason on the 4th day, I got struck by lightning. So I tell this to you guys because I want you to not get discouraged if it doesn't seem to be coming together. Because I know I was very discouraged. And I had pressure. You guys don't have any pressure. My pressure was I was going to not be able to get into the Highway Patrol motorcycle unit. But I'm here to tell you. And here's another thing I want to dispel. Another rumor I want to dispel. Al was just telling me this. And he's right because I've seen this. Can you learn how to ride on a heavy motorcycle for your first motorcycle? The answer I'm going to give you is yes. Yes. There is no need to buy a smaller motorcycle to practice on and then buy a bigger motorcycle. Remember, you can get used to anything. As long as you learn the techniques and you apply them, the size of the motorcycle is not important, okay? It really isn't, because I'm speaking from experience. Before I got into the Highway Patrol, the first motorcycle I rode was a Road King, a police motorcycle. That's what I learned on, okay? So, all right. We got a Goldwing Kim. All right. Who else we got here? Oh, we got Bill. Bill, please tell the people your name that I just told them.
Bill.
You guys saw Bill had a Control-Alt-Delete moment? All right. Okay, Bill, how long you been riding?
On and off all my life, maybe 6 years of total straight at one time. And
Okay.
Just got back in after 20 years. So. And I was doing a one and through being this is my 3rd time here, I think, with the bike, and You know, I think I might be hitting a 2. I've still got a lot of work to do. But
That's good.
I am improving. I'm maybe not a 2, but I'm improving, and so I appreciate it.
Excellent. Excellent. Bill, when Bill first came here, he said he was in the negatives. Then he said he was a 0.5, 0.75. Bill had us into the fractions. I'm not into the math really. But now, once he said 1, I was so happy to hear a solid number. And then when he left last week, he said 1.5. Now he's pushing a 2 because Bill's also, when you leave here, still practicing. Every time you go out riding, you're practicing. We're going to go take a look at Bill's motorcycle. What are you riding, Bill?
2020 Sport Glide Harley.
And I like Bill's motorcycle. I like Bill's motorcycle because when I first looked at it, I didn't know what the hell it was. And then I realized it was a Harley. And it's a nice looking motorcycle. It's a nice looking bike. It will fool a lot of people. They wouldn't know that this was a Harley. They'd have to look at it. At least I wouldn't know. You guys know I ride them. But I don't know that. I really don't know that much about motorcycles. I really don't. That's why when people start breaking down, oh, I got a 9.6 this and 5. I don't know what they're talking about. I have no clue. I just smile like, that's nice.
Believe it or not, I see a lot of people on the thread, the Facebook group for this bike that have traded in their street glides and road glides, and they love it. I mean, you know, if you're not doing a real long distance thing, it's got it can either be a mini bagger or a naked bike, you know, in 5 minutes. So
and that's the good thing about it. You can convert it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm tickled with it.
Good to have you back, man. Good to have you back. All right, and whoa, we just had a brother pull up.
Yes, sir.
What is your name, kind gentleman?
Joe Lewis.
Joe Lewis. Hey, Joe, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Go ahead.
Basically, 22-year veteran from the Savannah Police Department. Just retired February gone.
Okay.
Been riding off and on 42 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm about to turn 65. Basically, the last 10 years have been really riding. Got interested in slow riding my last 3 years at the SPD. I got put on the traffic division as a sergeant over the investigative unit and motorcycle group. Got sent up there to Forsyth for training. Didn't pass the training.
Okay.
Thought I knew how to ride. They taught me a whole new lesson up there. Been trying to practice on my own. I got cones and stuff in my saddlebags that when I get a chance to get out in the open, I try to set up stuff. I sent you a little movie of what I was trying to do.
Yes, sir.
I think if I got explained like you explain it, I think I would have passed that course.
Oh, yeah.
But they give it to you up there Monday through Thursday. Friday you take the test and you're out of there.
You heard that, guys? That's 4 days. I told you it took me 4 days, man, right to the wire. Right to the wire. All right, listen, thank you for your service.
Thank you for yours.
Al, thank you for your service. Anybody else in the military or was in the military? No? In law enforcement? Okay, thank you for being here. All right. What are you riding?
2012 Goldwing. I bought it December a year ago. My wife found it for me. I've been wanting a Goldwing for the longest. I had a 1600 Kyle Nomad. Well, I still got it, but I haven't ridden it that much.
And this is a 2012, so you don't have an automatic transmission.
No.
Good. Let's go look at it. Because we had an automatic transmission show up here. I rode it. I'd need about a week with that thing.
I ride with the Savannah chapter of the Buffalo Soldiers.
Okay.
Other than that, it's just some of the things the guy had on it. He was an older gentleman, retired Navy. Had problems with his hands, wasn't trusting it anymore.
Joe Lewis. I'm not going to forget your name. So, guys, I'm going to talk to Joe later, but full disclosure, I worked for the Savannah Police Department. And when I was on the Savannah Police Department, I put in an application for their traffic unit. You know what they told me? They told me, hey, Guy, I know you got 22 years experience. I know you were on the NYPD Highway Patrol. I know you were a lieutenant supervising more cops than the Savannah police have. And I know that you've done everything that we've done, plus more. But no, you got to wait 2 years before we even look at your application. I'm going to talk to Joe about this later. You know, now I did email some people and they got back to me and said, you know what, disregard what you heard, you know, fill out the application. But at that point, I didn't want it anymore. All right, not about them. It's all about us. All right, good to have you here, man. We're going to have some fun. I'm sure you've all seen this on video, but I'm still going to repeat it. Let's go over a couple of things first. Like I always say, this is not a class. This is practice. So I'm not going to say you need to have your helmet on. You do what you want to do, okay? Everybody's a subscriber, correct? Yes. Now, I have to say that when people send me emails saying add me to the list, I've learned I have to ask them because a couple of times people go, oh, I wasn't, but I am now. And I understand people just don't think about it, but you have to be a subscriber to come here and practice. And I said I was going to have everybody show me on their phones. I'll do that next time because half of you, I've already communicated with you through email anyway, so I know you're subscribed. I was just talking to, who was I talking to about this? Rich. He said his shoulder's bad, so he'll do the push-ups, but his shoulder's bad. I'm not trying to have anybody get injured out here. You guys know if you grab that front brake that I want you to do 10 push-ups, but we'll think of something else if you got, you know, some shoulder problems. And put them on cone detail?
No, I thought it was the cones. If you hit the cones, you had to...
Oh my God, that would be horrible. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I was saying, gosh, I got to stay away from them cones.
I'm not going to say I want you to hit the cones, but if there's a choice between hitting the cones or putting your foot down, hit the cone. Because the only way you're going to hit the cone is if you're not turning enough. And a lot of the times, if you're not turning enough and you feel like, uh-oh, I'm not going to make this turn, your instinct is to put your foot down because you're looking at the cones. Don't look at the cones, look where you want to go, and just let the clutch out. We're always preloaded, so you don't have to worry about the throttle, okay? If you do hit a cone, try your best to put it back where you think it was. Not that big a deal, it really isn't. The only time it really matters is in the single SERPs because one side is 20 feet, the other side is 15 feet. So if you feel like you just need to warm up, this side over here is 20 feet apart, the cones. And then the U-turn is 27 feet. Over here, these cones are 15 feet, and this U-turn is 24 feet, okay? So if the whole day goes by and you don't leave the left side, if you're facing this way, that's fine, okay? The goal is not to get this all done in one day. If you do, that's marvelous. That's absolutely marvelous. But that's not what we're looking for. We're just looking to make you better than the way you came, okay? We got 8 exercises here. Exercise number 1, that's when you guys are gonna go down here, go around his trailer, and I want you guys to get into at least second gear coming towards me. I'm gonna be standing right there where those 2 cones are. And what I want you to do is gradually slow down your motorcycle, go down to first gear. Obviously, when you're at a certain speed, you can use the front brake. Once you get under 20 miles per hour, forget about the front brake. It's all about the rear brake. And you're practicing bringing that motorcycle to a stop without you touching that front brake, and smoothly, when the motorcycle stops, just putting down your left foot, just like that. And taking off, same thing. Preload, keep it loaded. Let the clutch out. As soon as you feel the motorcycle start to move, pick your foot up. As soon as you feel the motorcycle, you don't have to do this. There's nothing to be unsure about because you're already preloaded. So as long as you open up your clutch hand, the motorcycle's not going to fall. You have to trust and believe that. That's part 1 of getting you to trust and believe. Something as simple as taking off. All right, because stopping doesn't require any of that because when you're stopping, you're not even in the friction zone usually. You're kind of just coasting. The clutch is all the way in. And then you stop and your left foot goes down. But when it's time to take off, preload and keep it loaded. And keep it loaded because I think practice session number 4, one guy was preloading big time. As soon as he let the clutch out, he let the throttle out. And boom, he makes that sound. Think about that. You drop your motorcycle just trying to take off. That shows you how important preloading and keeping it loading is. You don't even have to be in a substantial turn. You could be going straight. But because that motorcycle goes and it dips, it's heavy. The next thing you know, either you're fighting it or it's going to fall. All right? All right, enough said about that. Then you're going to come around here And then you have these cones right here. Between those two cones and these two cones, you're going to practice slow riding. Slow riding. And what you're practicing there is you're preloaded and you're keeping it loaded. You're always covering that rear brake. And you're just trying to keep the motorcycle up. I want you to go as slow as it's possible where you feel like you're going to have to put your foot down. As soon as you feel that, just open the clutch. And as soon as you open the clutch and the bike picks you up, use the rear brake to slow you back down again. All right? And that's all I want you doing. You don't have to stay in the straight line. You just want to do it between that cone and this cone. And again, it's just getting you used to practicing and trusting and believing that if you feel, uh-oh, put your foot down. Don't put your foot down. Just let the clutch out. Okay? And I want you to listen to your engines. You'll be able to hear. The Goldwing is a little quieter than the other one, but you can still hear it. So he'll hear. If you hear your engine, if you hear your revs are low, that's no good. So I want you to concentrate on that. And when you guys go back and watch this video, that's another reason I like you guys to come here and look at this and then go home and watch it. It's a different perspective to see what you're doing while off the motorcycle. And listen to your engine too. You'll be able to hear. Some people, every time they got to a turn, you hear it going down. Okay, exercise number 3, which everybody loves. I call it the suicide. Don't let the name intimidate you. All it is you're sitting on your motorcycle, you're making sure it's in first gear. You're doing that before every exercise out here. Right foot is covering the brake, the rear brake. I want you to preload and keep it loaded. I want you to bring your clutch to the sweet spot. You're not giving power, but if you need it, all you have to do is move your hand move your fingers slightly and you're going to have power. And I want you to pick your left foot off the ground. And as soon as you feel the motorcycle start to fall, just open up the clutch hand. And that's going to show you, I need you to feel the sensation of the motorcycle falling. And it's going to help you trust and believe. Oh, that's all I have to do? Yes. That's all you have to. We've eliminated worrying about this because it's already loaded. All you have to do is open up your hand. Okay? I am going to say don't wait till the last minute, but I'm also going to say even if you do, you'll still be fine. You just have to not only open up your clutch hand, you probably have to open it all the way and give it a little bit more gas. The point is, this is always the answer. Your feet are never the answer. Okay? All right, and we'll talk about the other stuff as we go on. But like I said, it's 8 exercises, single cert. We got a right turn and a left turn. Single cert, U-turn, figure 8, offset, double serpentines. And last but not least, if anybody wants to try it, the maze. I've actually made the maze a little bit. Rich is already going, no. And that's fine.
Ain't nothing but a bunch of, all it is a U-turn, U-turn, and U-turn.
It's 3 U-turns. That's all it is. But you have to make them in 18. It has to be less than 18 foot. If you can't make a U-turn in less than 18 feet, which is 2 parking spaces, there's no way you're going to be able to do that without hitting the cone. Doesn't mean you can't try it, but we'll see where we go as the day progresses. All right, so what I want you guys to do now is, also if you see me do this, that just means shut your engines off. That's all. Any questions? All right, I'm going to have to take off a layer already. I feel it. All right, what I want you guys to do now is mount up, head over there. I'm going to head over there with the camera, and when I give you the signal, first guy comes, boom. Now we're going to go through each exercise. And after we go through every exercise, you guys can just go practice on whatever you want to practice on. And later on, we'll definitely do a follow the leader. All right? All right. Let's do it. All right, so we got Demetrius coming. And what I'm looking for again, I want to make sure that they're stopping smoothly. They're not touching the front brake. All right, good. When you come back around, give me a little bit more speed. Like if you can get up to like 25, 30, that's great. All right, brother. All right, here comes Joe on the Goldwing. Joe Lewis. I'm not going to forget Joe's name. I can promise you that. All right, I'm going to have to tell you guys I want them to go a little bit faster on the next time around. I heard him downshift. Now see, he can't coast going this slow. Sometimes you have to get back into the friction zone. Beautiful. When you come back around, Joe, give me a little more speed. Maybe like 25, 30, if you could get that. All right. Beautiful. Nice takeoff. Nice and smooth. That boulevard, it's very distinctive how it sounds. Very distinctive. Perfect. A little faster next time around. 25, 30. Nice. So far, all the takeoffs are good. Preload and keep it loaded. Perfect. And that's fine. Remember, I always say, sometimes your balance is a problem. It's not an issue. If your balance is off, obviously you come off the front brake, the rear brake, and you put your foot down. And then once you get your balance, you just readjust. So that's fine. When you come back, go a little faster. Okay? Preload. Keep your foot. Cover that rear brake. Okay. Preload. Keep it loaded. Just keep it loaded. All right. Did you hear that, guys? That's what I'm talking about. As soon as it was time for him to move, he let off the throttle. Got to keep it loaded. All right, here comes Bill. Bill has the most logged hours at Robert Simmons paying it forward practice sessions. Beautiful. Give me a little faster coming back next time. Preload. Good. Oh, much better. Bill's takeoffs are much better. Okay, good. Got some more speed this time. Nice. Oh, this motorcycle just looks good. Perfect. This motorcycle just looks good. It sounds good, and you look good on it. All right, man. Perfect. Virginia's in the house. Here comes Joe in the gold ring. Good. I got some good speed this time. Wow, I got some really good speed. Woo! That was nice, Joe. It's like emergency braking here. All right, very good. Nice and quiet. You guys hear that? You know it's a boulevard coming. All right, we're gonna have to find something for you to do because you're on the front brake. I'm watching you.
Oh, but you said, hold on, you said you could do it up to a certain amount and then you come in a stop, you release it.
When you got here, you were still on it. All right? That's okay. I'm gonna say maybe you were just covering it. Maybe you weren't pulling it. And that's fine. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. But I don't even want your fingers on it. Okay? All right, very good. Reload. Good. Whoa. All right, remember, you're only touching the rear brake under 15 miles per hour. Otherwise, you're going to be skidding like that. All right?
All right.
You in first gear?
First gear.
There we go. Nice, Bill. You can park where we started. All right, I can see you're going to be a valedictorian. You can park where we started. Good job, man. Gold wing, baby. I've always liked gold wings. Years ago, I definitely wanted one and I was going to get one. My only issue was the space for my legs. Excellent. Excellent. No, that's fine, man. Excellent. Remember, as long as you stop with the rear brake, if you have to come off of it to stabilize yourself, that's fine. As long as you're not using that front brake. Okay? All right, you can park where we started. Good job. Boulevard, baby. Beautiful. You can park where we started. Reload. I want Al to do this one more time. Very good. All right, you can park where we started.
All right.
Preload, keep it loaded. Good, much better. Much better. Okay, let's move to exercise number 2. Not the case. All right, a lot of people, like I said in that video I just made about when doing left turns and right turns, once the motorcycle slows down, and now it's like, oh man, now I have to actually control this thing. Everybody gets nervous. The confidence levels are low, and that's what we're trying to get. That's what I'm trying to eliminate with people. I want you to be a well-rounded rider. You're just as good going fast, which anybody can go fast, versus going slow. Okay, and I do understand the tendency of wanting to grab the front brake. I don't understand it from experience because I never got that habit, but that's only because I never rode a motorcycle before. So all I know is what they taught me. That's all I know. Okay, so but much better now. Al, one time when you were leaving, when you were pulling off, as soon as you let go of that clutch, or as soon as you were letting the clutch out, you let your throttle down. And I could hear your engine. It's almost like it's struggling. Go, go, go. Preload and keep it loaded. So whatever you hear when you first start, you should continue to hear that as you go. You'll notice that when you see me doing anything, you just hear my engine constantly revving. I preload and I keep it loaded wherever it is. Because if I go a little higher than what I am, that's fine. But if you're already low, you want to leave room for error. Sometimes you might flick your throttle a little bit down. If it goes down but it was already up, you'll be fine. If it was down and it goes down, all right? All right, so next I'm going to have you guys go that way and come this way between those two cones. Like I said, I want you to go as slow as you can go. Rear brake, preload, and keeping it loaded the whole time. I should hear your engine. The whole time while you're going. You can turn your handlebars and you can go wherever you need. The only thing is don't put your foot down between there and here. Everybody good about that? All right. Let's line up, go around, come back this way. All right, so far so good. We got a good group of guys here. We're going to have the gold wing coming first. I like to see a gold wing here every now and then. I like to see a boulevard here every now and then. I like to see a sports bike here. Or, you know, I want to see all types of motorcycles here. Because I want people to see that the rules don't change. Good, and whenever you see his suspension dipping, that's him using the rear brake. I'm going to step over here so I can make sure nobody's touching that front brake. Good job. Oh, beautiful. Good job. Perfect. I see that rear brake working. You hear his engine? That's what I want to hear. He's on that rear brake. He's preloaded and keeping it loaded. Okay, here we got Bill. He's covering the rear brake. Nice and easy. Comes Demetrius, the valedictorian. I'm predicting. Revs are up nice and high. Beautiful. Look at his head and his eyes. Looking straight ahead. Oh, that's perfect. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now see how his rev went down quickly? But the beauty is, because his rev was already up, he was able to pick it up. That's why I want your revs high. So if you make a little bit of a mistake, you're okay, you're covered. Good job. Hey, Joe. Go over to the left turn and the right turn. That's the one, all the way, the last one, all the way over. Good job. Left turn and right turn. All right, get that throttle up. Good. All right, good job. Throttle, throttle. Good job. Man, this motorcycle looks good. Am I biased because I ride a street glide too? No, I'm not. It's just, it looks good. Am I biased because he has the same lights in the front? As far as the signal lights? No, it just looks good. Good job, man. All right, exercise number 3. All right, do I need to demonstrate exercise number 3 for anybody? Yeah, let me do it. If I don't get it right away, no, then that means yes. All right, sitting on your motorcycle. I want you to make sure it's in first gear. I tell you that because that happened to me already out here. I thought I was in first gear and I'm wondering why the motorcycle's falling. I'm letting out the clutch and it's still falling because it wasn't in first gear. Now it didn't fall. That's only because I trusted and I believed. And I just stayed into it. I gave it more throttle. So make sure it's in first. Preload. Let your clutch out to the sweet spot right before it. Right before it. So you're still not giving any power to the rear wheel. You're in the friction zone, but you're right before the sweet spot. The sweet spot is the spot that's going to give you some power. Not full power. We're not letting it all the way out. Once you have all 3 of those things, first gear, preload, and keeping it loaded, clutch right before the sweet spot, right foot covering the rear brake, left foot on the ground. I just want you to pick up your left foot like that. But you see how I put my left foot back down? That's not what we're going to do. We're just going to let the clutch out. So, now I'll also say, chances are when you pick up your left foot, the motorcycle's already leaning to the left a little bit when you only have your left foot down. So chances are when you pick up your left foot, it's going to start to fall to the left. So when you let the clutch out, the motorcycle's going to go to the left. And that's fine, because if you let the clutch out, the more you let it out, the motorcycle's going to stand up. Every time you give the rear wheel power, your motorcycle wants to stand up. So you don't have to worry about it not standing up. Okay? All right. I'm in first gear, covering the rear brake. I'm going to find out where my sweet spot is. Preload. There it is. There it is. All right, so I know where it is. That's where I'm going to stay. Preload. Pick up my foot. As soon as I feel like it's going to fall, just let the clutch out. All right? Do it again. Covering the rear brake. Motorcycle's in first gear. Preload. Keep it loaded. Now remember, imagine you're doing this and your throttle's like this. No good. That's why you preload and keep it loaded. I don't care how high it is, as long as it's not too low. Because even if it's this high, it's only going to give what you give it with the clutch. Okay? You want to be too high. You never want to be too low. Preload. Get the clutch to the sweet spot. There it is. There it is. So I hold it. Pick up my foot. As soon as I feel like it's falling. All right? Any questions? I don't even know what you said, but it sounds good.
I'll call you JB Smooth. So I just said you make it look so easy.
With that, we're all going to be there, man. Trust me. Because I told you, my first day of motorcycle school, when they had the cones outside of the boxes, I still was like, nah, it's not going to happen. There's no way. And then this idiot did it one hand. I'll never forget. No, he did it side saddle. He did it side saddle. Son of a B. All right, Demetrius, let's do it. Keep that throttle up. Keep it up. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's what I want to see. Trust and believe. There you go. Now, I even want his throttle to be higher. Because his throttle was a little low, that's why he leans so much. Okay. Now the gold ring is so low, you got to really listen to hear, but he'll know, he can hear his, he knows the sound of his engine. Hey Joe, get that throttle up higher. It's too low. Good. Let the clutch out. Good, good. Now in that instant, his throttle was high enough, but he didn't let the clutch out enough. Well, he let it out enough. He didn't fall, but he should let it out more than that. But we're going to work on it. This is only the first time around. You ready? We got to get that throttle higher. Wave your sweet spot. Let me see. Right there. Okay. Throttle. And just open that hand. Open the hand. We'll work on it. It's only the first time. Your throttle's going down. Keep that throttle up. And let the clutch out. Keep the throttle up, let the clutch out. Let it out. Better. That was excellent. Carbon copy. Let's do it again. Copy and paste. Stop. See how, where's your sweet spot? You got your clutch all the way in.
Yeah, I was getting my preload first.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I was trying to do it step by step.
Gotcha, man. Throttle, throttle. Good, good. Beautiful. Now, the last time you did it, you let the clutch out a little late. That's why you lean so much, but it doesn't matter. This time I want you to, as soon as you let that clutch out and you already preloaded, let it out. Okay? Let it out. Let it out. Throttle. Good. His throttle's low. No, keep it up. Good. Let that clutch out and pick your foot up. There you go. All right. Throttle, throttle, throttle. All right, I want to make sure that you're not, I know I say cover the rear brake. I want to make sure that when you're doing this, you're not still pressing the rear brake down. Okay? So make sure you don't do that. Sometimes when we tense up, when your foot's covering that rear brake, you're actually pressing the rear brake. It's counterproductive in what we're doing here. Okay? I also want you guys to realize this is only the first time we're doing this. All right? It's going to get easier and easier. And that goes for everything else on this course. All right? All right. Let's do it one more time. And then we're going to go to exercise number 4. But this is something I want you guys to always practice because you don't need cones to do this. Don't. There we go. Let that clutch out. Let it out. Good. Saw that? I had to tell him to let it out. As soon as he let it out. All right. Next. You guys ready to go to 4? Ready to go to 4? All right. One more time. Okay. Good, 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 good. Good. Beautiful. Everybody loves exercise number 3. Right. Good, good. All right.
Go.
It's okay. What did you tell me earlier today? Put your butt lower on that thing. It makes it a lot easier. There you go. 1, 2, 3. You told me today, yeah, I practice put the kickstand down. I practice all the time picking up the motorcycle, so I already know you're magna cum laude when it comes to this.
It's been a while.
Yeah, okay. Now, why did that motorcycle fall over?
I was not preloading.
There you go. You can stop right there. And if you were preloaded, you didn't keep it loaded.
Yeah.
All right, so let's keep it loaded. Let's try it again.
See, I was messing because I was the one that was keeping my foot on the brake.
Okay. Cover the rear brake. Don't smash it though. All right, very good. First gear, preload. Keep it loaded. Pick up the foot. Let the clutch out. Good. Pick those feet up. All right. Good. Preload. And keep it loaded. No, you're good, you're good. Just, all you gotta do is let the hand out. It's getting closer, that's good, Bill. Let the hand out, let the hand out. Good. He doesn't believe yet, but he's beginning to believe. That's what Morpheus said in the Matrix. He's beginning to believe. This motorcycle is sneaky, it's so quiet. All right, good. Take your foot up, let the clutch out. You're good. Just let the clutch out. Good, good, good. I don't care if the motorcycle goes like this, as long as you don't put your foot down. All right, good job. I'm going to say it's not a coincidence that Rich is on the left side to make a left turn, because left turns are just easier. I don't know why. For me at least, and for many others. I know I'm not crazy. Okay, what I want you guys to do is bring your motorcycle so that your wheel is behind, or it's right at this white line. Okay? Because what I'm trying to get you to practice is, I know some of you are going to want to stop a little bit back so that you can go straight and then make the turn. And if you want to do that initially, that's fine. What I'm trying to get you to do is be able to make this turn by employing the same method that we used when you're taking off any other time. Preload and keep it loaded. The only thing that's different is now you're turning the handlebars. Okay? Now this turn is not even narrow enough where you have to start with the handlebars turn. We're going to get to that too. You still have a little bit of room to keep the handlebars straight and then turn. You do not have to lean the motorcycle in this exercise. 1, 2, 3, 4. The first 4 exercises, no leanings involved. It's just preload and keep it loaded. Okay? Now, your balance is going to have a play in this too. So of course, making a left turn, you have your left foot down as your right foot's covering the rear brake. When you pick up your left foot, your motorcycle's already going to have a little bit of a lean to the left anyway. So that's a little easier. Let the clutch out and just make the turn. All right? Look where you want to go. Look through the turn. Don't look down at the cones. Once you stop here, that's when you make your assessment of where the cones are. After that, you already know where they are. Just look that way, go that way, okay? I'm going to demonstrate it making a right turn, all right? So here's the cone that Rich hit, but he hit it when we were doing exercise number 3, all right? He hit this cone. None of you are going to hit this cone. You might hit this cone, or even this cone, but what I'm going to tell you is you should never be hitting the 3rd cone or the 4th cone, because by the time you get here, you've already made the turn. All that tells me is you got out of the turn. Sometimes you feel unsure with the handlebars turned, so your instinct is to put them straight. And that's what makes you make the turn and then go that way. I'm going to let you know, just keep it turned, all right? Throttle, clutch, rear brake. And again, as we do this throughout the day, I want you guys to keep coming back here, stopping. I don't want you to roll through it. I want you to stop and then go. Because remember, whenever the motorcycle is moving, it's doing some of the work for you. I'm trying to make you guys be the boss of your motorcycle. That means you're in charge. All right? I'm looking where I want to go. Preload. Keep it loaded. As soon as I feel the motorcycle starting to move, I'm going to pick my foot up. Preload. Keep it loaded. Now you see right there, I don't know if you saw it, when I first started to move, I was a little off balance. I was going left, so I still have room to correct that. So what I'm going to say is when we get to right turns, when you have this foot up and your left foot on the ground, before you make the turn, I want you to kind of throw the motorcycle to the right, just a tad. That way when you let off the clutch, your motorcycle's already going that way, okay? All right, Rich. Show them how it's done, man. Show them how it's done. All right. So when we start this again, like when you guys all go through, I want you to line up over there because I want you to be starting from where Al is. Because, yeah, this is exercise number 1. Again, I want you to ride up, stop. So you're still practicing that. Only difference is now instead of going straight, you're making a turn. All right? Now, this is 7.5 feet. That's the distance you have, which is an eternity for a motorcycle to make a turn. But if you train like this, everything in the real world seems like this. All right? All right, let's do it.
All right, first time down.
Put your ass low on that seat. There we go. You got the kickstand? All right, why did that fall?
Didn't let the throttle out.
There you go. That's it. If I ever ask you why the motorcycle fall, it's not a trick question. The answer is always the same. Throttle. Wasn't enough throttle. Because if you have enough throttle, it won't fall. All right. There you go. There you go. Now on his motorcycle, I actually saw his brakes moving. That's good. Throttle, clutch, rear brake. Look where you want to go. Preload, keep it loaded. Look where you want to go. Throttle, throttle. Woo! All right, let's do it again. Look at me. Look at me. Try it again. We're just warming up. Good. Look at me. Throttle. So Al just reminded me of Judy from last class. We said, look at me. She looked at me, but she didn't turn the handlebars. She was like this. Hi, how you doing? Wish, all right. Throttle, preload, keep it loaded. Look where you want to go. Turn the handlebars, good, good. Good. Guys, when I say look at me, you still got to turn the handlebars. You're good. Turn the handlebars, good, good. Guys, I forgot to tell you the most important rule. If you knock down a cone, you pick it up. If I'm near, I'll probably pick it up anyway, but you get the idea. Reload it, keep it loaded. Load it, load it, load it. All right, you got to keep that throttle up. Good. Load. Keep it loaded. Look at me. Turn the handlebars. Good, I got it. I swear, guys, I want them to pick up their own cones. These cones are a lot easier too. They're sturdy. I could just kick them back into place. I just can't have them get. I can't see them getting off their motorcycles to pick up a cone. At some points, yes, if I'm someplace else, but I'm right here.
I could be wrong, but I think that cone right there is a little too far forward.
Al said he thinks it's too far forward. Well, you just come a little farther than that and come around it. Turn. All right. All right, Bill, that was good. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. Do the same thing again. Preload, keep it loaded. Look at me. Turn the handlebars, turn them. All right, we're gonna preload, keep it loaded, let that clutch out. Good, 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 good. All right, turn your handlebars now. Turn them more. Okay, now. Preload, keep it loaded. Now you don't have to worry about turning, just go. It's already turned. Good. You actually have to let it lean this way a little bit as you go. All right, man. Yeah, you'll get it, man. It's just a matter of time. Okay. Hold on, Demetrius. What I want you guys to all know, I want you to know that your weight distribution is very important here because you're picking up your foot. It's almost like exercise number 3. That's why we do that one right before this. So when you pick up your foot like this in exercise number 3, if the bike's falling left, it's going to go left. So right here, Demetrius picked up his foot, but his body weight had him going to the right. That's why I kind of went straight. So when you're going to make a left turn, you almost have to make sure you give the bike a little bit of a weight shift so it's going left already. You're going to pick it up with the clutch anyway, just like you did in exercise number 3. And you did it perfectly. Okay? All right, let's do it again. Honey, don't sit there. Oh no, you're good, you're good. She's good. You ain't gonna hit her there. If she was here, I'd be worried. See, his weight still has him to the right. That's why that happened. Throttle, get that throttle up, it's too low. Get your throttle up, it's too low. Throttle up. Look where you want to go. We're going to go through one more time, then we're going to go to the SERPs. But I want you all to come back here. Throttle. Good. Now Demetrius is killing my theory. I told him nobody's going to hit this cone.
I'm gonna get this shit.
I know you're going to get it. I know you're going to get it.
Boy, that might be a while over there, but I started out and I turned my wheel.
You're not keeping the handlebars turned. When you start, your body weight is not shifted to the left, so your motorcycle is going this way. You got to turn your handlebars and let your body weight lean to the left and trust that your clutch, as long as you have it in the friction zone and you have throttle power, you're fine. Okay? Good, keep it turned. All right, it's getting better. One of those is not like the others. One of those is not like the others. See the other cones versus the one you just put down? See these cones?
Oh,
There we go.
that's further out.
That's the way it was. Al said that's further out. Al, see, this is the one thing about having people put the cones back themselves. They're going to put them back where they want to put them back because it makes it easier.
This is not your first road.
That's right. Look that way. Don't hit me, Bill. Don't hit me. I'm not in the way. You're going that way. You gotta let that clutch out. All right, Joe, I'm standing right here. Don't hit me. You're going that way. Good. Preload. Keep it loaded. Turn the handlebars. Let the clutch out. I'm standing right here. Don't hit me, Rich. You're going that way. Good. Good. Body weight. That's all that was. You're still good. Beautiful. Beautiful. That was good. He was losing it. He stayed into it. He didn't put his foot down. Perfect. That's what I want to see. All right, Demetrius, I'm standing right here. Don't hit me. You going that way. Preload. Keep it loaded. Back it up. Try it again. It's a body weight thing. That's all it is. I got it. I'm going to put your name on it. We're going to go to the serpentine. It looks easy, guys. Everything's easy when you know how to do it, though. But that's why we practice. All right, so... If I record some of this? Of course. You can record anything you want. So full disclosure, just now when I got on my motorcycle and I went to turn to come over here, I had that feeling like, oh, it's getting ready to fall. So I don't want you to think that feeling ever goes away. The only thing that changes is your reaction to that feeling. Instead of you panicking and putting your foot down, you're going to just let the clutch out. And that's exactly what I did. I just let the clutch out. Okay? All right. So now, Rich said he's going to be the best at this because this is all he practices. He said he practiced this 10 hours a day, so he's going to be the man at this. All right? So as a matter of fact, this is an insult for him being on the 20-foot side. He should be on the 15-foot side. Single serp. Now, because guys, we're still warming up, all right? And this is the bread and butter for warming up, single serp, because now we've already done exercises where we're practicing the friction zone. We're still in the friction zone here, but now we're not just turning the handlebars like we did in exercise number 4. This is exercise number 5. Now we're incorporating some lean, dipping and diving, dipping and diving. So what I want you guys to do, what I want to tell you first is 20 feet is plenty of space to do this, right? But we're practicing. This is not a competition. So I want you guys to, if you notice, this is the middle, and then you have a line on this side and a line on this side. I want you guys to bring your motorcycles at least to the midpoint. And that's going to kind of force you to kind of lean your, I want you to, now the first time through, I don't expect to see it, but the more and more you go through this, I'm going to start seeing this. And that's what I want to see. It doesn't have to be that pronounced. When you move over to 15 feet, yeah, it's got to be a little bit more pronounced. 20 feet, it's like a walk in the park, okay? I want you to not stare at these cones. Now these cones are even smaller than my last ones. So they're very young and shy. They don't like being stared at. But the more mature cones, I put all the way at the end. That cone at the end, I want you to look at that cone. I want you to stare at it the whole time. Your peripheral vision will pick up these cones. Just like you don't stare at the cone, the lanes while you're driving your car, you don't need to stare at these cones. Look straight ahead. Let your peripheral vision pick those up. And I'll be able to see if you're looking straight ahead or if you're looking down at the cones. All right? And when you make your turns, start your turn so that your motorcycle is close to this cone. So when you get past that cone and you come over here, you're still looking straight down. Now you're starting your next turn right here before you even get to the cone. So when you get to it, you're close to it. Now, that doesn't really come into play at 20 feet apart, but when the cones get closer, if you start making your turns late, it's going to catch you eventually.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
My watch is talking to me. I don't know why. All right? And when you guys get down there, just loop around and come back. I want you guys to just keep doing it, and then we'll get to the U-turn. Eventually, when you start practicing more here, I want you guys to go through the serpentine right into the U-turn. But for now, let's just do the serpentine. Let's crawl before we can walk. All right, that makes sense? Any questions? All right, now I'm going to run through it real quick now. Yes, you are in the friction zone. I want you guys to realize also that at 20 feet, you can pretty much go 20 miles per hour through here. And that feels really good because now you're counter steering. You know, there's no counter steering when you're riding slow speed, especially not on our motorcycles. Now, there are people that counter steer while they're slow speed riding, but that's usually those Japanese motorcycles. They're lighter, you know, and maybe they have to do that. Maybe they don't. I don't know. I've seen people on Harley Davidsons that I worked with half their body hanging off the motorcycle. It's not necessary, obviously, because I don't do it. A lot of people don't do it. Anyway, I want you to also know that I say this all the time. It's easier to turn your motorcycle when you pull a clutch in. When there's no power to your rear wheel, it's easier. So there's an exercise that's called the clover leaf. And the way that exercise worked is you would go in, you'd make a right turn, and then you go into a left turn, and then you go into a third turn, and then the way they put that exit, if you didn't squeeze in the clutch to turn the handlebars, there's no way you would have made it out of there. When you have to really turn your handlebars, you have to squeeze that clutch in. That goes for slow riding and riding at speed. It's always easier. And that really comes into play in the figure eight. Not this figure eight because I've extended it. But if you're trying to do figure eight in 4 parking spaces, yeah, so you're not fighting to turn the handlebars. All right, my point is, when you're doing this, at least the way I do it, every time I go around a cone, I let the clutch out, and then I squeeze it when I'm going to make another turn, and I let it out. So my motorcycle is literally going like this. You might not be able to see it, but that's what's happening. All right, so I'm going to run through it quickly, and then I'm going to come back. Nice and easy, nice and slow. Not slow, not fast, but we're not trying to fly through it. Again, I want you guys to be the boss of your motorcycle. So that means I want you doing the majority of the work. Starting over here. Now you'll notice this time, I'm just keeping the throttle steady the whole time. Okay, so you'll notice that time. If you don't, I'm actually going to run it again. That time, I stayed in the friction zone the whole time. Listen to my engine. You're going to hear it steady the whole time. That way, if I need anything, all I got to do is let the clutch out a little bit. Because it's very small increments that you're moving your hand. Very small. It's gone. I'm looking straight at it. Actually, I'm looking at my camera. It's right in front of me. I'm looking at my camera the whole time. My head is straight ahead. So even if my bike's going this way, I'm like this. All right, we're good? All right. Let's get the valedictorian up here, up the serpentine. That's you, Rich. I said valedictorian. You saw I'm looking around? No, it's you, Rich. Get that throttle up. Yeah, he practices this. Perfect. Nice, going out nice and wide. But he's kind of deep into it. Nice. Very good. That's what I like to see. And look at this U-turn. He's going to do fine in the U-turn as well. Nice and smooth. Very good, Joe. Excellent, Joe. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. As long as I see a little bit of lean, I'm happy. All right, it's showing me that you're comfortable leaning the motorcycle. And if you're comfortable leaning the motorcycle, it's going to make the rest of the stuff that we have to practice out here that much easier. Throttle! 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 Good. See? That throttle was low. It was very low. Very good. He felt like he needed some more throttle and he gave it. That's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. When it feels like, oh, something's not going right, don't put your foot down. Bring the throttle up. Let the clutch out. The throttle should already be there anyway because you're preloaded and you're keeping it loaded. Good job. All right, here comes Bill. Throttle! This throttle is way too low. But this is his first time through. He's got to work on that throttle and lean in the bike more. He's straight up and down, but again, we're still warming up. I hear his engine now. That's good. All right, here comes Rich, valedictorian of the Serpentine. Very nice pronounced lean. Oh, and he took out the last cone. Oh, that happens. You can tell he's practiced it. That's why we practice, people. Practice makes better. Nobody's perfect. So I never say practice makes perfect. What practice does do is make you more confident. And the more confident you get, the more you're going to lean that motorcycle when you're practicing. And when you're out there riding in the real world. Good job, Joe. All right, at least now I hear his throttle's a little higher. I want him to go out a little bit further. There we go. At least to the middle of the lane. Throttle, throttle. Get that throttle up, Al. Get that throttle up. All right, very good. I can hear Demetrius' engine from here, and that's what I want. I want your revs up. Everything that you're doing out here, I want to hear your engine. Excellent. Very good. And guys, remember, your goal is not out here so that you don't hit cones. Your goal out here is to challenge yourself. If you hit cones while you're challenging yourself, that's fine. U-turn, exercise number 6. All right, guys, exercise number 6. 27 feet of U-turn. More than enough space. So, Rich, actually, all of you guys, I see a nice incorporation of a lean. Rich more so, in the serpentine. Again, that's getting you accustomed to that first lean that you do. That's the first lean in making a U-turn. The first thing you got to do to make a U-turn is lean. Now with 27 feet, you really don't have to lean that much, if at all. I can make a U-turn in here with the motorcycle just straight up. And all of you can, if you make it riding like you were riding in exercise number 2. If you're going that slow, yeah, you can do it straight up. But that's not the goal here. Just like the goal here is not for you not to hit a cone. That's not the goal. The goal is to challenge yourself so that you're better leaving than you were coming. Okay, so if you hit a cone, I don't care. All right? You'll have in your mind, damn it, I hit that cone. I get that. I don't want you to be ecstatic about hitting the cone because I know you don't want to hit it. But just realize, not a big deal, all right? That's part of practice. Okay. So we're going to start out with left U-turns, of course. I want you to look at the green cone as you're approaching. As soon as you get to that green cone and you're going to make the left turn, I want you to snap your head around and look at this green cone. Before you even turn the handlebars, you should be looking that way. And that's where the unnatural feeling comes from, where the motorcycle is going this way and you're looking this way. It's going to help you make that turn, but you have to turn the motorcycle and you have to give it a little lean. Now, I noticed when Joe was making the left turn in exercise number 4, he got into the turn deep. And when he was making the turn, he realized he wasn't going to be able to make it just with his handlebars turned, so he let the motorcycle lean. Some of the things you guys do instinctively and you don't even realize you're doing it. By him doing that, the lean's always going to help you turn. It's always going to shorten the radius of your turn. So, the fact that I saw him do that, and the fact that I saw him in the serpentine, if he doesn't do this, it's a mind thing. Because I clearly can see he can do it. I already know he can do it because I saw him make a U-turn in front of here. Okay, so, again, and if you guys want to incorporate a little momentum gaining thing, if that's how you make your U-turns, that's fine. And the only way you're going to do that, the way you're going to do that is if you're going to make a left U-turn, you swing the motorcycle left first. So if you want to make a left U-turn, left, right, left. If you want to do that. Or you could just go straight and make the turn. You know, however is more comfortable for you. But just remember, you're in the friction zone. You're in the friction zone. You're coming towards this green cone. I don't want you to rip yourself off either. Now again, this is a lot of room. I want you to get as close to this as possible without hitting it. And then make your turn. Now if you rip yourself off and you start turning here and you still make this turn, that's only telling me, and then I'll tell you, you may as well go over here because you're already making 20-foot U-turns anyway. Okay? All right? But to start, I want you to try to get as close to this as possible. As soon as you get here, turn your head, look as far as you can over your left shoulder. Make sure that when you're doing this, you are loaded. All right? I don't want to hear your throttle go down because I'm telling you right here, it's going to fall if your throttle's down at some point. I also don't want you to try to fly through here. I've seen people when they come, the speed is always something you want to do because it's going to make you more confident because you're going, I want the motorcycle to do some of the work. No, I want you to be the boss. Nice and easy. Okay? Anybody need a demonstration? Okay. Demetrius said no. So he speaks for you.
Hey, come on, man. Y'all gotta stop.
Now he's the valedictorian in the serpentine.
There you go. And I'm the only one that hit a cone.
He said that he's the only one that hit a cone.
Hit a cone, the valedictorian.
But all that means is, it doesn't mean there's a lack of skill. It means there's a raise in confidence. That's what we're talking about here. Because the way he's leaning the motorcycle, clearly he could do it. And the more you do it, the cockier you get. So people say cocky because that sounds negative. I say confident because that's positive. All right, Let's do it, Rich. Head turn. Good. Good. Beautiful. So his head turned. Beautiful. Get that throttle up. All right, we'll try it again. It's only the first time. Still warming up. Throttle. Now, the other thing that's gonna decrease the radius of your turn is speed. So right there, Al said, "Oh," he sped up. Because again, if you feel like you're gonna fall, speed is your friend. It's gonna make the motorcycle take over a little bit. And that took him right out of the turn. All right? But as long as he didn't put his foot down, that's all I care about. Throttle, throttle. There you go. Look over your shoulder. Good. Make sure you turn that head early. All right, this should be the valedictorian right here. Throttle. Turn your head. Good. Turn it. Turn your head. Bill's still not turning his head. Got to turn your head. I guess we were right. Rich is the valedictorian. Head turn. Look at that. Good. Get that throttle up. Excellent. Throttle, throttle, throttle. 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 Good. Let the clutch out. All right, it's getting better. Don't worry about the cones. You can come back and pick them up, but don't fall trying to pick them up. So do you guys see that when Rich is making the turn, he does a little quick momentum thing? When he turns, I need you to watch what he's doing. He's doing it perfectly. Make sure when you're making this turn, turn your head before you turn the handlebars and turn it quick. If you turn slow, if you turn your head slow, you're going to turn slow. Turn your head quick. All right? Turn, go. Look, go. Look, go. All right? And keep that throttle up. Oh, hold on. Okay. Throttle, throttle. Turn your head. Look over here. Now, I'm going to tell you guys, that's another advantage to having raised handlebars. You can pick the motorcycle up like that a lot easier. Oh! I saw the ankle. You all right?
Yeah, it hurts like I don't know what.
Just stay there for now.
Oh, I'm gonna be good.
I don't know. What's hurting? Your ankle, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw it.
I felt it. Just give me a hand. I'll be okay.
Stay right there for now, man.
All right. Good thing I didn't have on my Adidas.
Oh, that's the wrong. I told him to stay there for now. Oh, there it is. He got two different kickstands.
That's what caused me to mess up my fender.
Okay.
You okay?
Yeah, but
I'm gonna be all right.
now I saw it. Now, guys, I tell you, this is why we practice exercise number whatever. 3, 2, 1. Don't put your foot down. This is a heavy motorcycle. So his foot actually got caught under the saddlebag. That happened to me in motorcycle school. And I thought I just knew it was broken. I'm hoping that his isn't broken.
No, it's not broke. But
Okay.
It's like, I don't know what. But
It's a sprain.
It's going away.
It's a sprain.
Y'all remember this now. This is a learning experience.
Do not put your foot down. If the motorcycle falls down, this is what helped me out too at motorcycle school, because I had the same fear of falling. The same exercise, the clover leaf, a guy fell down and he was just sitting on his motorcycle like this with his feet on the floorboards. And the motorcycle was sitting on the engine guard and the saddlebag guard. So really, don't put your foot down. Listen, I know it's like it's preaching to the choir. It's your instinct tells you to do it. But nothing good is going to come from it when all you have to do is this.
Can you move
Okay?
I'm doing it's going away now. If I get 2 hands, I'll be good to go.
All right.
Well, I hope it's not going away from numbness.
Try to walk on it a little.
Oh, I'm all right now. It went away. It was more embarrassment than anything else. And I'm on camera too, national TV.
Well, listen, there's never anything to be embarrassed about out here because this is a practice field. There's two kinds of
This is
riders.
where you want it to happen.
Riders that have gone down
Those are gonna go down.
and those that's going to go down. That's right. So, and if you're going to go down, this is where you want to go down. At 2 miles per hour. That's when I want to go down. I want to go down at 50 or 60. All
I
right?
think that could happen. I thought because of this, it would never let me go down far enough. Because I've dropped it at the house.
It won't let you go down. It didn't fall on your ankle. What happens is because the motorcycle is moving, when you put your foot down, it travels back and it hit the saddlebag.
Got trapped on that.
That's what happens. So when you're riding a motorcycle like Bill can get away with it. But when you're riding an Ultra or anything with the big saddlebags, no, as soon as you put your foot down, it's going to travel back, boom, get caught under there. You're already leaning, so you're just making it more of a chance of it getting caught. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that I'm telling you guys that I haven't experienced, so I know. All it took is that to happen to me once. And the fear of that happening alone helped me not putting my foot down anymore. I was like, just let the clutch out. Or just let it go down, exactly. That's what the engine guards are for.
Gotcha. I think I was going to make it too.
You were going to make it. Look where the motorcycle is. You were going to make it.
That's what I was looking at.
Preload, keep it loaded. And snap that head around. Look at me. Good, good, good. Much better, much better. That head turn is essential. And he still turned his head late until he heard me, then he did it. Turn your head before you turn the motorcycle. Look at me, look at me. It's getting better, getting better. It happens all the time. You get loosened up. Next thing you know, the turns start getting tighter and tighter. Yeah, Rich said, these guys are taking too long. I'm going again. See the dip to the right? Nice, nice. That's good. Throttle, make you turn your head. Turn your head and look at me. Look at me, I'm over here. You're looking straight down, but that's good. He's looking directly at the cones. He refuses to look at me. He doesn't like me, I guess. I'm gonna have to get a pretty girl to come stand here. Turn your head. All right, let's do that again. Broken clock theory. Turn your head. Look at me. Good, good. Beautiful. I got Rich doing the 24-foot U-turn. Much better. And Rich did it nice and easy. I knew he would. Got to turn your head. Good, good. Much better. There's Rich, 24 feet, easy peasy. There There you go. Getting better and better. Make sure you turn your head. You had it. When you fell, you had it. Just turn your head.
Right now, I done got gunshot.
I know. I understand. Don't worry about it. You got all day to practice this. Keep that throttle up. Throttle, throttle. Look at me. He'll get it. He's just gun shy. There we go. Look at me. I'm over here. He won't pick his head up. All right. Much better. All right, this is the figure 8. Only thing you're doing here is making left U-turns and right U-turns. Now, we didn't go over any right U-turns over there. However, before today's over, I want you guys to go back, obviously, practice the U-turns, practice the serpentine, practice exercise number 4, which is the right and left turns, okay? And if you want, come back and practice this too. So what I'll tell you about this exercise is when you come in here, if this is the way you come in, I want you to come towards this cone. When you get to this cone, I want you to look over your left shoulder, all the way over. And I want you to look all the way over to this corner. Because when you make this turn, then I want you to look over here at the side. I would tell you to look at the side, but this is not the exercise. So when you're right here, you're probably not going to be able to look right here. So when you go to make this turn, if you can look here, that's great. Because that's where I want you to go. I want you to come around. I want you to use all the space that you have here. So when you make the turn, come all the way here if you need it. And coming towards here. When you get right here, that's when I want you to squeeze the clutch all the way in to turn the handlebars. Now you're going this way. I don't want you going towards the corner to make the turn. Is it possible? Yes, but now it's making the turn more difficult for you. You have to lean the motorcycle more. If you come towards the center, and it doesn't have to be exactly the center, this is really kind of like the center. As long as you're not right at the edge. Make your turn, same thing. You're looking back here if you can. If you can't, you look as far as you can right. Use all the space that you have. Come back around and go towards the center again. Okay? And go out. I want you to go through it twice, not once. Let me show you. Tire. Use all the space that you have. Turn my head. Squeeze the clutch in. Use all the space. Squeeze the clutch in, let it out. Squeeze the clutch in, let it out. Squeeze the clutch in, look over my shoulder, let it out. Squeeze the clutch in, let it out. And go out. Good. Throttle, throttle. Throttle, throttle. Good, good, good. Good. All right, he was doing good. That was good. That's fine. If you're not comfortable trying it, don't try it. I want you to be comfortable. Yeah, if you're not comfortable doing anything, I want you to, this is not a daredevil competition, it's practice. If your confidence is not there for here, stick to that, okay? No problem with that at all. All right, so it looks like Rich is going to be the valedictorian of this class. Throttle, throttle. Good, good, good. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Throttle, throttle. Good, good, come on. Throttle, throttle. Good, and go right out. Beautiful. You saw his foot, he went like that with his foot, but perfect. You went like that with your foot, but you said up. All right, you can either try it again or we'll go to the next one. All right, he's gonna try it again, I love it. Throttle, throttle. He's cutting himself short. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Throttle. Good, good. He's gonna throttle up. Throttle, throttle. Beautiful. Oh, nice. Very nice. All right, we're gonna go to the double serp. It's just gonna be me and Rich. All right, guys. So Demetrius is going to get gas. Here's what I'm gonna tell you guys. And Demetrius trailered his motorcycle here. You got to make sure you have a full tank of gas before you get here. Because all it's going to do is cut your practice, because now you have to go get gas. It's not a big deal. It's not far. But just, I don't want you guys to leave this cone course when you're getting in the groove. All right? Now, we're going to do now a double serp, offset double serp. Now, what I will say is, Rich did that figure 8. If you can do the figure 8, you can do everything out here. All right? Everything out here. So, Rich, basically all this is when you come through this gate, I don't want you to go straight for these cones. I don't want you to come at it at an angle. I want you to, just like when you were doing the figure 8, and instead of you going to the corner, I said steer your motorcycle towards the center. So now you're going like this, then you're turning your head and going like this. Same thing here. When you come through this gate, you're going here. Turn your handlebars here, and then when you get about right here, then turn. I want you going through here almost straight, not from an angle like this. Because if you come through from an angle, you gotta. And when you come through the gate, I want you to be as close to this cone as possible. Same thing. You're not gonna go like this and go straight for it. I want you to come over here. That's gonna make your turns way easier. And when you're looking, and then the same thing follows. It's almost like you're going back to the cones you just came from, over here first. Look. And now you're looking at those cones. So you're looking at the cones way before you get to them. Okay, so I'm looking at the cones. I'm going to come out wide so I can go through them straight. I'm looking at the next cones. Come out wide, 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 looking at the gate. That's it. All right, we're gonna have Rich go through this. I'm gonna stand where I want him to first turn his handlebars and come towards me. Good. Good. He's turning his head nicely. He made that turn a little too quickly. He's working it out. Okay, no problem. It's only his first time through. Throttle, throttle, throttle. Must be a boulevard thing, because my friend Kevin's the same way. That throttle is just always low. I hear revving, but I would prefer to hear it just steady. All right, he's going to go again. Nice job. Look at the lean he's got on that too. So he has no problem leaning the motorcycle. Look at it. It's nice. I mean, I saw scrapes on the bottom of the motorcycle, so I can tell he's got no problem. But he's cutting himself short. So now these turns are going to get a lot harder. But he can definitely do it. Nice. Very nice. All right, so that's all of the exercises 1 through 8.
Yeah.
Now we can just go out and have some fun.
Yeah, let's go.
Turn this camera off.
Yeah.
And we'll talk to you guys later. All right, guys. So what I presented to the guys is a little challenge, because this right here, left turns and right turns, that's what's tripping most of the people up out here. And what I explained to them is that's because when you're doing everything else, even if you do the U-turn nice, the bike is still doing some of the work for you. As long as it's moving, it's doing some of the work for you. Whereas here, turning from a standstill, that's you 100%. This is Bossville. This is where the bosses are created. All right. So what I told them is, I have a brand new Amazon Echo Dot. Whoever can make 5 right turns and 5 left turns clean, I'm giving it to him. So our youngest guy, Demetrius, he's going to go first. 5 right, 5 left, clean. I'm going to make sure his wheels are where I want them, which is right here. Now, right turns for him are easier than left. Why? No idea. He's coming to the left. Okay. Good, he's preloaded nicely. All right. Kevin's riding a boulevard, but it doesn't matter, because like I said before, you're not leaning the motorcycle here, and even if you were, it still wouldn't matter. And if you guys remember, I did this exercise on Kevin's bike. Now I'm gonna move out the way because Kevin's a little dangerous with this motorcycle. Okay. Good luck. Not that you need it. That's one. And if you do it once, you know you can do it, so just keep doing it that way. Do everything you were doing. Now, I added the camera to this. I added a prize just to add a little bit more to it, just to show you that it's all about your mind. Your mind is what's really messing with you. Okay. Beautiful. Now, what I really want you guys to also see is, you see all the concentration that's involved here, just to make a left turn? That's why we practice, so that we can get to the point where what do you want me to do? A left turn? Psst. And you just do it. You're good. It's still remnants of that maroon sweatsuit. It's a very, I will say, the throttle is very sensitive. No, you're good. You might have to change your underwear, but you're good. By the way, guys, as you're riding up here, if you hit these cones, obviously that's no good, no bueno. I mean, you guys were hitting these cones. Like, how do you hit these cones? We're just going straight. But that's why we practice. No big deal. Look at all this preparation, looking. It's just a left turn. But that's why we practice. He's preloaded, but he's not looking where he wants to go. Oh, there you go. He's done. Next! You know what you did wrong? You know what you did wrong? You know what you did wrong? No, you're looking right at the cone. You're not looking at the... Look where you want to go. You're looking down. You went right where you were looking. All right. All right, it's the valedictorian. No pressure. Beautiful. I have no doubts that Rich is going to get this Amazon Echo Dot, which he says he hates. He might hate it, but once you get a free one, something about that one is special. You're good. Now you see how Rich leans his body? He does counterbalancing. That's an example of somebody that just feels more comfortable doing that. Does he have to do it? No. Next! Now, we might have an upset here. Wouldn't it be something if Al pulled it off? Preload! Look where you want to go. Gold wing. So Joe, yes, sir. The question I have is, where are you making this turn? Because the turn's right here. So I'm going to be amazed if you can make this left turn. I started to say next. I'm telling you, my mind. I said, man, if he make that turn. Jesus, Junior. Hey, if he make that, I'm good. Yeah, you're good. Joe said his mind is somewhere else. Let's get your mind right here, man. Preload. Keep it loaded. Look where you want to go. I got you. Let that clutch out. All right, let's try it again. Best out of 3. Only got to do 3 each way. Let's go, Demetrius. The youngins go first. Good. Hey, Demetrius, come back around. All right, so right from the start, before you even moved, your motorcycle, I saw it going this way. If the weight is going this way, you're not going to make that turn right away. So I want you to, when you pick up your left foot, make sure your motorcycle, make sure you feel it a little bit going to the left. It's going to make that way easier. But right now, it's just your balance is off. And turn the handlebars, look that way. Turn around, turn, up, up. See, your weight keeps shifting this way. Keep everything shifted that way. Turn the handlebars. Dad, I got it. Next. Come up some more. Next time you come down here, I want you to be in the middle so you're not kicking my cones. You're trying to get as far over here as possible, and I understand. I don't have a problem with that, just don't hit my cones with your foot.
Hey, you said don't hit the cone, I'm trying to make sure I don't.
All right. Preload. Keep it loaded. Look where you want to go. Throttle. Next. It's the valedictorian.
Valedictorian?
Yeah. All right. That's two. That's it. Now see, you're already doing it. You know what you got to do. Everything is the same. Put your weight that way. Watch where you want to go. You're good. Next. Get that throttle up. Even when you're approaching an exercise, you always want that throttle up. Always up, because you don't want it to ever stall out. How's that ankle?
It's all right.
Yeah, you're gonna have to ice that when you get home. All right. Yeah, of course. Good thing you're wearing boots. Look where you want to go. Turn the handlebars. Good. Ah. Hold up, I'm sorry. All right, keep that throttle up. Turn your head, look where you want to go. You got to let that clutch out. You got enough throttle, you're just not letting out the clutch. Yeah? So I think definitely what I'm going to do is I'm going to start paying way more attention to this exercise, because it's important. It's very important to be able to do this. Good, good. Ah, but see, then he straightened out. Yeah, I got it. All right, do me a favor. I want all you guys to try this again But this time, I want you to turn the handlebars all the way and then go from there. Don't even go straight first, because that's messing some of you up. You're going straight and then it's keeping you straight. So try it with your handlebars. I know it's going to feel a little bit more daunting because now your throttle hand is all the way out here. But if you got to scoot your ass up on the seat, scoot your ass up on the seat. All right?
I've been doing that.
Well, I see you. You're fine. And that's the thing. You're not hitting outside cones. You keep clipping that first cone. You know, and like I was telling guys, you notice that I'll tell people all the time, you don't need to counter steer when you're doing slow speed motorcycle riding. But Rich counter steers on those turns. That's what makes him feel comfortable. I used to work with a guy that on this Harley, half his ass would be off the seat while he's doing the cone course.
I thought it allowed me to push the bike further down to make the radius tighter.
No, because the only thing that's making your radius tight, remember this turn doesn't require any leaning. You can make this turn, and I remember I had to do it on Kevin's motorcycle to show him. I was pretty much sitting, not even moving, right through that turn. But even if you want to lean it, that's fine. The only reason you're going to have to lean it is if you put that front wheel way past that white line. Now you have to lean it. But even if you had to lean it, this bike is heavier than that bike. All I have to do is let it, it'll lean itself. The weight will put it down. You know, so when it comes to counter leaning the motorcycle, that exercise I was talking about where sometimes you have to let the motorcycle fall if you're from a standstill, you don't have to lean anything.
Okay, preloaders, what do I always tell you? The only way this bike is going to fall is if there's not enough power going to the rear wheel. Look at that. And I heard it too. I didn't hear it then, but watching it, I heard it. I heard that I didn't have enough power going to that rear wheel. You know what? Let's watch that again. I had enough throttle, and then that power just went out. So, again, there was no mystery to what happened. If you don't have enough power going to the rear wheel, especially making the turn that sharp, the motorcycle's going to go down. All right? Two kinds of riders, guys. Riders that have gone down and riders that haven't gone down yet.
It's always going to be not enough throttle. Do you want me to see? You want to see me do it on his bike?
You can do it on mine.
Okay.
Because if you can do it on mine, then I know I can do it.
Yeah, you're probably like, what the hell is she his bike for?
I can't do that.
Yes, you can. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's perfect. All it is throttle, clutch, rear brake. That's all it is.
hard, man. That's hard.
Those right turns are getting you.
Yeah, the right turns is killing me. I should have tried the left again.
This is why we practice. I'm so glad that this camera was rolling when my motorcycle went down. I'm so glad that it was rolling. Very good. Unless you guys got this, you should be over here too. You're good. You just nicked it. But did you hear all that throttle he had? That's why I always say it doesn't matter how much throttle you have. No. Come up. Oh, here we go. Hey, Demetrius, is somebody here with you? Oh, okay. I'm like, am I going crazy? I swear his truck's driving back and forth.
Get my arm not long enough, man.
Scoot up.
Huh?
Scoot up.
Like my arm ain't long enough.
That's right. Look that way. Turn the handlebars. Good. Turn them more. Good.
Now I'm doing the opposite.
Yeah. Keep your weight that way. Turn the handlebars that way. His throttle's good. Turn the handlebars. Turn. Yeah, he just can't get that motorcycle to turn. The brain is saying turn the handlebars, but the body's saying no, I refuse. Preload? Come up some more. Okay, turn the handlebars all the way. Okay. I don't care if you hit this cone. All right? I just don't want you to hit those cones. I want you to go out the turn. Look where you want to go. See how your weight's coming this way? Your weight's got to go that way. See, I want him to look at this later on. Before he even moves the motorcycle. Before he even moves, his motorcycle's leaning this way. So that's why he's going straight. He's got to let his body weight lean that way. I don't, listen, you do whatever you have to do to make the turn. Yeah. Do it again. Don't worry about the cone. Again, it's a balancing thing.
What does it look like?
The same thing with Al. Before Al moved, his weight was shifted to the right. That's what's happening to you. That's why you're going straight. You have to let the motorcycle lean to the left a little. Turn that handlebar all the way. And when you turn it all the way, the leg that's on the floor, put it out further. Put it, yeah, so the bike will lean a little bit more. Turn the handlebars all the way. Look where you want to go. Oh, let it go. Turn, turn, turn. Damn it, you had it. Start over. All right. See, the weight keeps coming this way. Let's try it again. So remember, if you give power to the rear wheel, your motorcycle wants to go straight. That's why you have to make sure your body weight is shifted to the left and you turn your handlebars all the way to make that turn. Okay?
Robert, I don't want to give up, but I'm going to do it this time. My brain and my foot is saying, you lean that bike, it's going down on it again.
I hear you. It's going to take time before you trust and believe. Keep it preloaded, loaded, and just let that clutch out. Keep it loaded. All right. There we go. And I'm happy to see Demetrius working on the lefts because that's what he struggles with. So if you know what you're weak at, that's what you practice at. More so.
Come on.
You see? Yeah. As soon as you go to go, your motorcycle's coming this way. You got to keep it that way.
Come on. Come on.
See? Already. Your bike is already leaning this way. You need it to go that way. So,
You say it's going this way?
yeah, your motorcycle is actually tilting this way. That's why when you go to make the turn, you can't go this way because your weight's already that way. You have to be going that way. So the bike has to a little bit fall this way. You're catching it because you have you're preloaded. You got to let the clutch out. Remember exercise number 3 when you would pick up your foot?
Right.
And if you felt it was going to fall, let the clutch out? Kind of the same thing here, not really, because here, you're really doing the same thing you were doing in 1, where as soon as you feel the motorcycle starting to move, then you pick your foot up. All right? Let's try it again. Bring this foot out some more, so it make the bike lean a little bit more that way. Get that foot up. Now what did I do there? All I did was pick up this cone. And now he didn't hit those cones. It's mental.
Trying to say, you're trying to duck balance instead of duck walk.
You might think in the future of changing this seat. You actually need a seat that pushes you closer. This seat is too far back for you. Because even when you're riding comfortably, you're like this, and you shouldn't be like that. Yeah, you should be comfortable, not like this. Because if you're like this and anything happens, now you know what I mean? You should be slightly bend in your elbows like that. All right. Yeah, don't worry about that. Oh, stop. You're staring at your... No, I don't want you looking at that. I want you looking down there. Throttle. Keep it there. I got no problem holding your throttle steady. Yours is not like his. I can hold that one steady. Good. Good. Perfect. All right, let's get this. Back up. All right, look, there's no cone there. Make this turn. Go, turn. You can't turn those handlebars. Now Al, all I did was move that cone and you made that turn. So we already know you can make the turn.
Maybe it was that cone.
It shouldn't be because you're not even looking at it. You're looking down there. Don't worry about this cone. Make your foot up. Good. So I need him to use his rear brake.
It feels awkward as hell when I look that way.
I know.
I see when you straight, you fall.
I know. It's awkward to look that way, but that's where you're looking, not in the gauge cluster. Stop. All right, park over there, 20 push-ups.
What did I do?
You're still grabbing it. What do you mean what'd you do?
This is the clutch. How about that the clutch?
All right, come on.
I'm supposed to grab that. I'm thinking, I'm like, I know I ain't.
I'm not going to mess with you anymore.
How you gonna fuck with me?
Well, not about that. All right, look down that way. You got this, man.
Let's go. You ain't leaving till you
There we go. Oh, you got it. You stopped yourself and you had it, man. Wait, if it's going, let it go. You're in control with the throttle and the clutch and the rear brake. That left turn is kicking his butt. Okay, you just need to get more comfortable when you pick that foot off the floor. Because even pulling up here, you don't pick it up clean. You pick it up like this, okay? So what I want you to do is, and when you made that last turn, you didn't use the rear brake at all. Sometimes when you come off of this line and you're going too fast, you gotta use that rear brake to slow you down. It'll check you, it'll keep you in check. So when you go to make this turn, hit that rear brake if you have to, all right? Don't worry about this cone. Just don't hit those cones. Good. Pick that foot up. Pick it up. Now what does that tell you? If somebody's trying to make a left and they go straight, it's a weight distribution thing. I don't have to tell this guy anything.
That's something that I've noticed. I just didn't want to go on the ground. I just had to hold it there.
Whatever. That's okay. You got to keep that preloaded. You let that clutch all the way out. Go ahead. Go out. Go out. Yeah. Start over. Pick your feet up. Look at me. Turn. Yeah, go out. It's coming together. It's coming together. Good. As soon as it starts to move, pick that foot up. Trust and believe. Pick it up. Now what happened is let the clutch all the way out. You don't want to do that. Dead. All right, guys, so we're wrapping up here today. Joe, what'd you say you were when you first got here with the rating?
Probably about 2, 3.
Okay. What do you think you are now?
Somewhere around 3, 4.
Okay, that's good. And again, that's all we want is improvement, even if it's 0.5, 0.3. Well, the only person that was anything other than a 0.5 increment to range was Ken. He was a 7.3, which still was bullcrap. There's no way he was a 7.3. But anyway, did you have fun out here?
Always.
Okay, good. And what I'm hoping is we're going to see you here again, especially since you're local. Will you be back?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I was so glad to find out that there was somebody local practicing, and I don't have to practice by myself.
Gotcha.
You know, it's always better with a group.
Okay. All right. Good to have you here. Again, thank you for your service. The gold wing, is the clutch okay? I remember you said something.
I'm going to have that checked out this week. I ain't got nothing else to do.
Okay. How long you been retired?
Since February last year.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah. Enjoy your retirement. We'll see you back, brother.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to talk to Al over here, too. Come on over here, Al. Al is on the injured reserve list now. Al, what'd you rate yourself? You told me when you came that you were going to be, I forget your wording, but you said you were going to be the star. I'm kidding.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, what did you rate yourself?
I was thinking about maybe a 1.
Okay. Any difference in that number?
1.5.
Okay.
Maybe.
Like I said.
More knowledge, but just don't have it down just yet.
And like I always say, that's why we have to practice. And that's why I never say the word practice once. Practice, practice, practice. Repetition equals retention. You have to continually do it, and it gets to a point where it's muscle memory. All right? Ankle still hurting?
Still hurting.
Okay. All right, so just make sure, please, that you ice that.
Oh, I will.
Now, Al is also local, so will you be back?
I will be back.
Good. That's great.
I was going to say as good as him, but no, I'm going to be as good as you.
I love it. All right, thanks for coming, man. And what I want you guys to also realize and understand, 2 things. 1, I'm very happy that when my motorcycle went down, I had that camera rolling because I just left it rolling, and I was showing these guys some trust and believe stuff, and I didn't have the throttle. I didn't have enough throttle onto that back wheel, right? But what was important about that also is to show them that when I fell down, I kept both my feet on the floorboard because I went down trusting and believing the whole time. But for whatever reason, I wasn't given enough throttle. But you're going to be fine if you keep both your feet on the floorboard. All right. Al took his foot off that floorboard. He put his foot down, and you know, it's spraying. Hopefully, he said it's not broken. I don't think it is either. But that's why we don't want you putting your foot down. Right? It's not advantageous. Trust me. All right. When we first got here, Demetrius said he was a
1.
There's no way he's a 1 now. I'm just saying that off camera. What are you now? What do you think? Forget about the left turn.
3.
Okay, good. And that's what we want to do. We want to get better as we now. Demetrius is 7 hours away, so I don't expect to see Demetrius here next.
Coming back in 3 months.
He's coming back in 3 months, but he is going to be practicing in Virginia.
Absolutely.
And what I really want you to practice is right turns
that's
and
pretty
left
much all
turns.
I'm gonna be practicing.
Absolutely.
Like I said, everything else out here, except I didn't really attempt the figure 8 for real, and definitely didn't attempt the other thing. Everything else, like I said, right, left hand turn, and the big U-turn, little U-turn, both weaves. Yeah. So right and left turns.
And I don't know if I caught Demetrius on camera, but I know I saw him do that 20-foot U-turn. So 24-foot U-turn. So yeah, absolutely. All right, man. I'm very happy that you came out. I hope it was worth the trip. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And anytime you want to come back, obviously you're on the list, so you're always going to get the emails of when the practice is. So nice to have you, man.
Thank you, bro.
All right. All right, so we're here with Rich. Let me tell you something. It's so funny. I was telling Rich earlier that I thought there was going to be another valedictorian in this class, and it turns out it was clearly Rich. Now, I also didn't realize that Rich did the Ride Like a Pro with Jerry Palladino up in Florida, and he sent me a video. And I saw the video, and I didn't put the two things together that this was the actual guy. So I'm not surprised at all. What number did you give yourself when you got here?
3.5.
I'm going to walk away from Rich, and I'm walking off camera too, because he just said 3.5 when he got here. Now remember what I just told you. He did the Ride Like a Pro class, and I remember the video now. It's in my head vividly. I know what I was watching, and it didn't equal anything with a 3. But all right, coming back on camera. Rich, what do you rate yourself at now that the delusion is over? I mean, what do you rate yourself now?
4.5. One notch up.
All right, so we got another modest guy here.
I'm not consistent enough to rate myself higher than that.
Gotcha.
Consistency.
Where are you coming from anyway? I forgot.
Florida.
How long was that travel?
3 hours, a little over 3 hours.
Okay, so we appreciate the travel coming here. How long was it to get to the Ride Like a Pro class from you?
A little over 2 hours, I think.
Okay, so this is 1 more hour.
Yeah.
Okay, well, definitely glad that you made your way up here. I'm from New York, so I always say down. You know.
I'm from New York. I'm from Brooklyn.
He's from Brooklyn. I was born in Brooklyn. Okay, so listen, I don't agree with his number, but I understand he wants to give himself room to improve. That's the same thing Ken said. So I get it. I strongly disagree. How about that? Because I think he did phenomenal. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, man, this is a blast. I'll be back.
Okay, good. And that's all I like to hear. All right, listen, safe travels. He trailered the bike down, so I'm happy about that. Because like I tell you guys, listen, I always tell you this is not a competition. I tell you that we're out here to have fun. We leave our egos on the curb, all right? And with the egos being left on the curb, we leave the macho stuff on the curb too. So yeah, I don't trailer my bike, I'm riding. All of that sounds good, but if you come out here and you really practice, this wears you out. And then to have to ride a motorcycle back 3-4 hours, I just don't think it's necessary. Now, when the weather warms up more, I understand people are going to ride. But just realize, A, like I said before, make sure you have a full tank of gas when you come here. Secondly, be prepared to be a little worn out when it's time to ride back. All right. Nice having you, brother. All right, guys, another good day of practice. It is 5:04 p.m., 17:04 hours, and I've been here since 10:15. All right. It starts out cold, and people go, I'm not going out there. You see, I still don't have a jacket on, so another good day. We had a good time. We had good practice. You guys saw me go down on my motorcycle. That's the highlight of the day for me. And look at her. It still looks good, right? Listen, if going down on your motorcycle is a concern of yours, buy the proper things to put on the motorcycle that will protect the engine guard, the saddlebag guard, and this part of the motorcycle right here. Okay. Now on my motorcycle, as I'm looking at it, the highway pegs and the bottom of my engine guard. So what I tell you guys is, it's so low on my engine guard that I'd have to either get on the ground or jack the motorcycle up to see it. So I'm not really concerned about that. As far as my the saddlebag guard, same thing. It's all the way on the bottom. Not concerned about it. And this scratch too, again, on the bottom. But listen, at the end of the day, if I scratch something and it's bothering me that much, I'll just replace it, okay? It's not gonna stop me from going out here and practicing, because practice breeds confidence, and a confident rider is a safer rider. I don't say that because it's a tagline or it's cliche. It's true. That's how I feel, all right? So for all of the people that showed up here today, I wanna thank them for coming out, you know. Of course, they thanked me as well. So this is gonna wrap up another practice session number 7. Guys, spend more time being thankful for the things that you have and less time complaining about the things that you don't. I want to give a shout out to all my brothers and sisters in blue. Please be careful out there. Special shout out to the NYPD Highway Patrol, specifically Highway 1 where I used to work, and the Motorcycle Highway District where the motorcycle school is, where the training started. That's where all of this happened, okay? Like I always tell you guys, practice, practice, practice. Even after motorcycle school, as a motorcycle officer, you have to keep practicing. It's a finite skill, because if you stop, you'll lose it. Here's one last thing I'll say to you guys. I ask everybody, what's your name? What are you riding? How long have you been riding? And what do you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best in slow speed motorcycle operation? So I'm going to ask myself those questions. My name's Robert Simmons. I ride a 2019 Harley-Davidson Street Glide CVO. I've been riding since 2001, and if I had to rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, I give myself an 8. Okay? All right, guys. Until next time, practice, 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 because practice breeds confidence, and a confident rider is a safe rider.